What truly begins self-discovery? We all know what self-discovery is. I mean, everyone goes through it one way or another. But where does it start? Maybe from a change in perspective? Or even another person? Perhaps it could begin with a single thought, an epiphany that changes someone so much they become unrecognizable. I remember my first encounter with self-discovery. It was a scorching summer's day with absolutely no breeze. One of those days when it's hard to even think. I was lying in my bed and suddenly started asking questions. Who am I? What am I doing? Why? Just why? Then a final question popped into my head. Am I happy? Now, as a primary school student, I hadn't ever thought about it much, but eventually I reached the conclusion. I wanted to be better, someone I could finally be proud of. Could this initial thought have thrust me into years of self-discovery? Could it be the key to the beginning of a journey everyone takes? Well, to find that answer, we need to know what self-discovery really is. You're probably asking the same question I am right now. What could self-discovery possibly mean? I mean, everyone naturally changes, right? Even in the media, like contemporary movies and animated shows. Well, apparently it's not that simple. See, upon starting my research, I clocked in the definition of self-discovery on my dusty keyboard. What stared back at me was the dim glow of a Google AI definition, which totally didn't help. Anyways, after scrolling a bit, I came across a scholar, Nietzsche. Nietzsche was a 19th century philosopher, and for someone that old, his works are surprisingly eye-opening adventures into the human soul. They portray self-discovery as a canvas, ever-changing, and eventually, after thousands of brushstrokes, becomes a radiant painting. Now, in his time, you probably wouldn't see a lot of paintings smeared with digital technology, right? Or the presence of hundreds of people? Sounds kind of weird to think that anything like that could be such a big part of your life, right? Well, maybe could this be what the modern individual's life looks like? Now, with dependence on digital devices and social media being such huge parts of our lives, are we distracted from what's really there? If we look at the numbers, the average screen time in Australia is from 5.5 hours to almost 9 hours every single day, with 40% of this being just on social media. This begs the question, could digital devices be obscuring the effervescent energy that life brings to us? Is technology just another thing holding us down from what we deserve? While technology could be hindering us, it also gives me a lot more to research with. Anyways, I found that self-discovery may also be a slow journey, like a never-ending firework lit from birth and waiting its entire life to explode. Especially in a TV series named Vinland Saga. It begins with a Norse child named Thorfinn, who's just about the average bright-eyed kid wanting to conquer the seas. One day, he boards his father's vessel, but things go south quickly, ending with his father's death and him becoming a stowaway on the assailant's ship. This event births the story of a child born on the battlefield, unwittingly blind to his own identity and ending as a slave who earns his freedom. For Thorfinn, being lost allowed him to break the cycle of violence, venture into an abyss of memories, and rebirth himself as someone truly devoid of enemies, a true pacifist. To me, Thorfinn renewed himself. He became someone different, but only because of the circumstances he was put in. It reminded me of a film I've studied before, Stranger Than Fiction, a rom-com that dramatically plunges into the moral dilemmas of facing your own death. Both Thorfinn and Harold Crick undergo a very similar change. They're both forced into unimaginable circumstances and come out completely different people. And so I bring this upon you, to debate it, deny it, or even question it. Could these simple journeys highlight the first step for self-discovery? That to begin finding yourself, you need to be pushed through unforeseen circumstances? One that breaks you so much or rebuilds you? Or is self-discovery something waiting to happen, either sparked by one's thoughts or slowly built up over a lifetime?